I end by saying that we would not be sitting here today having to lay these charges against Deputy President Paul Mashatile had President Ramaphosa kept the promise that he made to South Africa about lifestyle audits. At the beginning of his term, he promised the nation and Parliament that every member of his executive would be subjected to lifestyle audits. These lifestyle audits would require ministers to explain why they were living in massive mansions.
Where we think Urania is this perfect little place that is crime-free. No, you don't know what's going on in Urania until something happens, until the national authorities are actually involved in the...
Legitimately.
How much are you buying it for?
10 cents
10 cents for what?
per truck.
You're getting a truckload of coal for 10 cents.
My price and my offtake agreements that's confidential. So
the DA, led by white men, so arrogant. Now they went to the courts. They want, I feel sorry for Africans who are in the DA. And I wonder if this represents them. I want you to understand, wrong or right, it doesn't matter. Whether Steinhazen is wrong or is right, it doesn't matter. What matters is he does not do this. Because if Paul Mashatile is wrong, yes, he must go to jail. The case must be opened against him. He must go to jail. The problem that I have is he doesn't drag white people. He doesn't drag white politicians. He doesn't drag white people who do wrong in South Africa. He drags only Africans. He says Paul Mashatile is going to open a case against Paul Mashatile. He applauds journalists who've been pursuing his case. Paul Mashatile is not the only one. We've got the Steinhoff from Steinhazen, people who stolen money. They don't even flinch a muscle. We've got a lot of people who are raising apartheid flags, and he's sitting, he's not doing anything. But as soon as someone sings a song, they chase him. I don't say they mustn't chase him. The same speed and energy where he chases people for singing a song, he must chase those who are raising that apartheid flag, because that flag is the same thing as that song. And that is the problem that I have with Africans who are in the DA. Here's another one. The DA has taken successfully, has taken the ANC to court to say the ANC must, to the Constitutional Court, by the way. The ANC has 5 days to give them documents showing cadre deployment and the secrets. I said it before in this podcast, I don't mind if they do it. The problem is the consistency. And the problem is it doesn't mean cadre deployment will stop, because the DA does do it. I'll show it here. Here are the people who have been deployed by DA incorrectly. I mean, it's not even only DA. It's all other parties do it as well. The ANC does it, the DA does it. So whatever they will do, it will just create more layers of hiding the cadres that are deployed. The DA itself has hired a bodybuilder who is not qualified in the city of Tshwane. After many attempts of removing that man, he was successfully removed in Tshwane. What did the DA do? They deployed him somewhere else. And that is the problem. Whether these people are qualified or not, the fact is those political parties want them, and they will vouch for them. It's almost like headhunting. We are not going to force, me, myself, I can't force the DA to hire me if they don't want. They could just put me through a process and just question me and then just choose the person they want. All I'm saying is, yes, it's not fair, but it's the preference of the political party. It is the person that they want. We are going to end up wanting to force people to show us documents on why they love people. The ANC has a right to hire people they want, whether in government or in organizations. But the fundamental fact is, when the EFF goes to power, they will do the same. The DA is doing the same. So for Africans who are voting for the DA, I'm worried about you. And it's so worrying, because the DA never stand up for you. It only stand up when wrongs are done against whites. And they only pursue Africans. and it's been consistent. Steenhuisen himself is not the most qualified, is not the most brilliant mind in the DA, but they chose him over your best. I mean, Magashule, Ghana, I mean, just count on how many people have left the DA because their expiry date came. But anyway, good luck with voting them.
What they celebrate, called cadre deployment, whatever, what it has done, it has changed a situation where every DG was a white male in 1994. It has changed the reality where every judge was a white male, where every mayor was a white male. The cadre development has changed that reality. So, run to court, do everything, but the reality of the matter is, we will do it. You will get your report, but we'll continue deploying people who are capable. That's it. Thank you very much.
Why do you think this generation of politicians are so corrupt? Is it because they're not used to money?
No. It is because they are being corrupted by white people.
Is it?
Yeah, so because you people speak about corruption as if it's a black people's thing.
Yes, true.
It's a white man's thing. Why? Business, when you say business is corrupting government, you mean whites are corrupting black people because business is white.
Yes.
And then government is black.
Yeah.
And this government can't be corrupt with itself. It needs someone to be corrupt with.
Oh.
No, Anna, we haven't heard about carjacking and illegal immigrants in Urania. We haven't. However, those are kind of weird picks, okay, when it comes to crime. Is it crime-free? No, it's not. The thing is that the police services and social services will only be called in when things get totally out of hand. For instance,
the school insists that they were not aware of the alleged incident until the Child Protection Unit started with its investigations. And that has resulted in the teacher being temporarily relieved from his duties.
We as a school has been very shocked to find that there was a police investigation into one of our student staff members. And that it was of a sexual nature. And as it is such a serious thing, we have taken immediate action. The staff member was suspended.
The community says it has faith in the police and want to see the law take its course.
Another example of, I think, the danger of these places, and I'm talking about Urania specifically, is what happened to Poppy van der Merwe. There was clear evidence of her abuse by her stepfather, and national services, police services, social services were not called in. And when I say there was clear abuse, let me just show you. Evidence brought forward by witnesses revealed that there was warning signs that the children were being abused following the family's move to Urania. A teacher noticed injuries on the little girl, while a counsellor in the town was notified by a neighbour that he suspected the children were being abused. A medical doctor who examined Poppy on 2 occasions noticed her injuries, and the doctor said that although she noticed injuries, she did not report it because she thought local social services were already dealing with the matter. Presiding judge over the trial, Bert Baum, said he was baffled as to why nobody ever bothered to notify the South African Police Service of what was going on, as it was clear that there was ongoing abuse and ill treatment of the children. So initially, what they were looking at this is not getting involved because it's a family dispute and everything. This is despite the neighbor actually reporting the abuse, hearing the kids screaming, and also seeing that Poppy's leg was in a cast at a stage. So eventually, the people in Urania decided to act, and they sent a social worker to these people's houses, and that night the parents disappeared with the children, and the stepfather ended up murdering that little girl, kicking and beating her to death. Also, another thing, there are financial issues and infighting and things like that. So I think we must get past this stage where we think Urania is this perfect little place that is crime-free. No, you don't know what's going on in Urania until something happens, until the national authorities are actually involved in the process.
We're not making your name bad. Trucks came here, they switched coal. We've got the evidence, we've got the data, we've got the GPS locations. So don't tell us that we're making your name bad. When we come here, we come in with evidence. When we come here, we come with evidence. We won't come here and lie. I live in Joburg. Why would I come to Middelburg in the middle of nowhere for nothing?
But his lawyers never did. And the evidence doesn't lie. A number of loads were switched out in this area. The second location leads us to Jaco Venter. You might remember him from our 2019 coal theft investigation. Despite being linked to stolen loads, he claimed to source coal legitimately.
How much are you buying it for?
10 cents
10 cents for what?
per truck.
You're getting a truckload of coal for 10 cents.
My price and my offtake agreements is confidential. So, weet jy wat? Om eerlik met jou te weet, dit het niks met jou te maak.
Okay.
Niks,
So what are you
niks.
selling it?
Nie met
Where are you
nie,
selling it?
Nie met jou nie, nie met any Tom, Dick and Harry. Dit het niks met niemand te maak.
Except when it's stolen coal. Almost 4 years later, it seems he's still doing dodgy deals. This new investigation shows multiple loads were switched in Venter's yard all hours of the day. When he spotted the cameras, he ducked inside the office.
Oh, Jaco Venter. Hello, Jaco. Hello, Jaco. So he's ran away and closed the door now. He's closed the blinds. Jaco, come, Jaco. Don't hide from me. You remember me from last time?
We hear a car starting at the back of the building. Someone is making a run for it.
Oh, that's not him. There he is. Jaco! Jaco! Jaco!
But it seems it was a decoy. Jaco continues to hide in the office, ignoring our phone calls and messages. But the facts can't be ignored.